I'm 68, skipped these 5 things and declined fast. Don't make my mistake. Have you ever woken up and just felt off? Like your body's moving, but your mind hasn't quite caught up yet? Maybe the stiffness is worse than usual. Maybe the energy you used to have in the morning has quietly slipped away without you noticing. And you think, is this just part of getting older? Is this how it's going to be from now on? Well, let me stop you right there. Just because you're over 60 doesn't mean you have to settle for slow mornings, foggy thinking, or a body that feels like it's running on empty. In fact, the first hour of your day can be the most powerful weapon you have to fight back against decline, physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's true. What you do or don't do after waking up sets the tone for your entire day. And more importantly, it sets the tone for how you age. Ignore these simple things and you might find yourself getting weaker, more forgetful, and more dependent faster than you expected. But build the right habits now. You can stay sharper, stronger, and more independent for years to come. In this video, we're going to walk through quite simple, powerful things you should never skip in the morning after 60. And I promise these aren't complicated. They don't require fancy equipment, expensive routines, or waking up at 5 a.m. These are real, doable habits that can make you feel more alive than you've felt in a long time. Let's start with the first thing, and it might surprise you. Don't reach for your phone. That's right. Before you check the news, scroll through messages, or see what your cousin posted on Facebook. Pause. Give your mind a moment to wake up on your own terms. See, the first moments of your day are when your brain is most vulnerable. It's like wet cement. Whatever you pour in first is going to leave a lasting impression. If you flood it with bad news, urgent messages, or even just overstimulation, you're setting yourself up for a day filled with stress and mental fatigue. Instead, try this. The moment you open your eyes, take 1 full minute, just 60 seconds, and sit with your thoughts. Stretch a little in bed, breathe deeply, listen to your body. How do you feel today? What are you grateful for? What are you looking forward to? This tiny pause is a way of telling your brain, I'm in control. I decide how today begins. And that mindset, believe it or not, can ripple through your entire day. Now, once your mind has had a moment to settle, the next step is to get moving, gently. I'm not talking about running laps or doing burpees in the living room, but your body, it needs motion. Especially as we age, movement in the morning is critical to keeping your joints lubricated, your muscles active, and your balance strong. You've probably noticed that the older we get, the easier it is to get stiff, and stiffness, if left unchecked, becomes weakness. Try standing up slowly and doing 5 to 10 minutes of gentle movement. That could be stretching your arms up toward the ceiling, slowly turning your head side to side, rolling your shoulders, even marching in place. The key isn't intensity, it's consistency. If you make it a daily habit, your body will respond. You'll start to notice less pain when you get up, fewer falls or stumbles, and a lot more energy. A woman I know, she's 74 now, used to wake up every morning with pain in her hips and knees. It got to the point where she dreaded getting out of bed. But when she started a gentle morning stretch routine, just a few minutes each day, things started to change. Slowly, her mobility came back. The pain faded. And now she's back to gardening and playing with her grandkids like she's 20 years younger. Now let's talk about what you put into your body, specifically hydration. It might sound too simple to be important, but hear me out. After a full night's sleep, your body is slightly dehydrated. That means your joints are less cushioned, your brain is a bit foggier, and your energy levels are lower. Especially for seniors, dehydration can creep in quietly and cause all kinds of issues. Fatigue, confusion, even dizziness that leads to dangerous falls. So before you have your coffee, try this instead. Drink a full glass of water, not a sip, not just rinsing your mouth. A full glass. Says room temperature or warm if that feels better. You can even add a slice of lemon for a gentle detox effect and a little flavor. That one glass, it tells your system, hey, it's time to wake up. Let's get everything flowing. Blood circulation improves, digestion kicks in, and your brain, it'll thank you. There's a man named Jerry I used to chat with at the community center. He told me once that he used to feel exhausted before lunchtime, every single day. He assumed it was just aging. But once he started drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning, the fog lifted. He was shocked at how much more energy he had just from that tiny change. So by now, you're probably seeing a pattern. These aren't dramatic life overhauls. They're simple steps that, over time, can make a huge difference in how you feel, how you move, and even how long you stay independent. But we're not done yet, because while movement, mindset, and hydration are all key, there's another habit that many people overlook. And it might be even more powerful than all the others. Let's keep going. Now that you've gently woken up your body and mind and given yourself that first glass of water, it's time to feed your brain, literally. One of the most important things you can do after 60 is to never skip a nutrient-rich breakfast. Not a sugar-packed pastry, not a quick cup of coffee, and nothing else. But real whole foods that give your body the fuel it needs to think clearly, move confidently, and stay balanced throughout the day. You might think breakfast isn't all that important anymore, or maybe you've just gotten into the habit of skipping it. But here's the truth. As we age, our metabolism slows down. Our muscles need more protein to stay strong, and our brain becomes more sensitive to blood sugar drops. And when you start your day on an empty tank, or worse, with only caffeine and sugar, you're setting yourself up for energy crashes, poor focus, and even mood swings. So what should breakfast look like? It doesn't have to be fancy. A couple of scrambled eggs with spinach, a slice of whole grain toast with a bit of avocado, or even some Greek yogurt with a sprinkle of nuts and berries. Simple, colorful, protein-rich food that nourishes you from the inside out. You want food that's going to stabilize your blood sugar, give your muscles what they need, and wake your brain up fully. And don't forget to enjoy it. Sit by a window, savor your bites. Let breakfast be a moment of peace, not something rushed or skipped entirely. You're not fueling up just to get through the day. You're fueling up so you can enjoy it. Now, once your body is awake, your mind is settled, and your belly is satisfied, there's one more habit that too many people overlook, yet it can make all the difference in how you age, and that's connection. I don't mean scrolling through social media or watching the morning news alone. I mean real connection with a loved one, a neighbor, a friend, even your pet. You see, loneliness doesn't always hit like a hammer. For many people over 60, it starts as a quiet emptiness. The house is quieter. The phone doesn't ring as often. And slowly, without realizing it, the lack of meaningful interaction begins to chip away at your joy, your memory, and even your immune system. That's not an exaggeration. Study after study has shown that loneliness can be just as damaging to your health as smoking or obesity. But here's the good news. Just one small moment of connection in the morning can shift everything. A phone call to your daughter, a short walk with your neighbor, even sitting with your dog, petting them while sipping your tea. It's not about deep, soul-searching conversations every morning. It's about reminding your brain that you're not alone, that you matter, that you're part of something bigger than yourself. I knew a man named Harold. He was 81, sharp as a tack, and always smiling. Every morning, rain or shine, he'd walk to the local coffee shop and chat with the same group of folks. They'd talk about baseball, grandchildren, the weather, nothing earth-shattering. But he told me once, it keeps me going, gives me a reason to put on pants every morning. That's the power of connection. It gives life a rhythm, a reason, a spark. And if you're someone who lives alone or finds it hard to get out in the mornings, don't underestimate the value of writing a letter, sending a voice message, or even looking at pictures of loved ones while you eat breakfast. The point is to feel connected to someone, something, somewhere. By now, you might be realizing that none of these morning habits are about chasing youth or trying to turn back the clock. They're about owning your time, protecting your energy, and choosing to live with intention, even in the smallest ways. Because after 60, the truth is, things do change. The body needs a little more help to stay strong. The mind needs more care to stay sharp. And the heart? Well, it still longs for purpose, connection, and joy, just like it always has. But if you build these tiny rituals into your mornings, no phone case, sun house, gentle movement, hydration, a real breakfast, and just a spark of connection, you're not just going through the motions. You're actively fighting back against the slow creep of decline that so many people accept as just aging. And that brings us to one final habit. It's perhaps the most overlooked of them all, and yet it might be the one that keeps your spirit strong no matter what the day brings. Let's talk about it. The final habit, one that often gets ignored in the hustle of everyday life, is nurturing your inner voice. Now, I don't mean hearing voices or anything strange. I'm talking about the quiet dialogue you have with yourself before the world comes rushing in. That gentle, powerful moment where you decide, what kind of day am I going to have? Because here's the truth that no one tells you. How you speak to yourself matters more than anything you eat, drink, or even do. Especially after 60, when society starts whispering that your best days are behind you, you need to be the one who whispers something different. Before you step into your day, pause. Take 2 or 3 minutes. Sit still, breathe deeply, and ask yourself, what do I need today? Maybe you need patience. Maybe you need courage. Maybe you just need a reminder that you've survived a lot, and you're still here, still strong, still worthy of joy. Some people call this meditation. Others call it prayer. But at the heart of it, it's really about checking in with yourself, grounding yourself in calm before the world starts pulling you in 10 different directions. A woman I once worked with, her name was Doris, told me she never used to do this. Her mornings were a blur of worry and to-do lists, always anxious about what was next. But when she started spending just 5 minutes in the morning, repeating 3 affirmations, I am healthy, I am strong, I am loved, she said her entire day shifted. She stood taller, she smiled more. She said no when she needed to, and yes when it mattered. And no, it doesn't have to be cheesy or dramatic. You don't need candles or a guru or fancy music. Just you, your breath, and a simple thought that says, I'm not done growing. I still have chapters to write. Because aging isn't the end of your story. It's just a new season, one with its own challenges, yes, but also its own power. And how you start your day can be the difference between drifting into decline or rising into strength. So let's take a moment to pull it all together. You wake up. You don't reach for your phone. Instead, you take a breath. You check in with your body. You stretch gently, feeling each movement loosen something inside you. You drink a glass of water and feel your energy slowly return. You make a real breakfast and enjoy it, not because you have to, but because your body deserves to be cared for. You connect with someone or something that reminds you you're not alone, and you speak to yourself with the kind of kindness and strength you would give to a dear friend. That's it. 5 habits, each one small, but together they create a morning that supports your body, feeds your mind, lifts your spirit, and most importantly, protects your independence. Because no one wants to wake up one day and realize they've slipped too far, too tired to walk far, too stiff to move freely, too lonely to smile. That kind of decline doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in, one forgotten habit at a time. But here's the good news. The opposite is true too. Strength, clarity, confidence. Those don't come from grand gestures. They come from small, steady acts of self-care. And you can start tomorrow morning. Actually, you can start today. You have more power than you realize. More life ahead than you might think. And every morning you wake up is another chance to take care of the person who's been through everything with you. You. So take this as a gentle nudge, not a lecture, not a rule book, just one friend speaking to another. Don't skip your mornings. Don't give them away to distraction or habit. Own them, protect them, let them be the foundation that keeps you strong, joyful, and in control. And now I'd love to hear from you. What's your morning like? Do you have a ritual that lifts you up? Or maybe something you've been wanting to change? Share it with us in the comments. I read every one, and your story might just inspire someone else watching. If you found this helpful, please give the video a like. It really helps more people find this kind of uplifting content. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another tip for staying strong, independent, and joyful after 60. Here's to mornings that matter, and to living your best life at any age. You've got this. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. If this video gave you something to think about or made you smile, Please give it a like, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom every week. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and join the conversation. Your voice matters. Your story matters. Until next time, stay wise, stay kind, and take care.